and welcome to this edition of the Public Agenda. I'm Gloria Strode, sitting in for State Senator Ed Harbison. We'll be right back after word from some of our sponsors.
Hi, I'm Emmanuel Jones.
I'm Alexis.
And we'd like to invite you to the all-new Legacy Chevrolet Cadillac Cyber Columbus.
This is coming on TV.
Yes, we're on TV. Wave to your mom.
New Chevy Impalas from just $16,988. And new Chevy Cobalts from just $10,975.
Come back to your legacy.
Go Legacy!
Legacy, my legacy.
As parents, we do whatever is necessary to ensure the health of our children. Sadly, most parents don't realize that their child's first eye exam with an eye doctor should be between the age of 6 and 12 months. I urge you to take your baby to an optometrist for a comprehensive eye assessment. It can literally change your child's vision of the future.
Infancy optometrists offer a no-charge eye assessment for infants 12 months old or younger. Call today to find an optometrist near you.
Welcome back to the Public Agenda. I'm Gloria Strode, sitting in for State Senator Ed Harbison. And our first guest today is Miss Betty Jackson from Columbus Tech. Welcome.
Welcome. Good to be here.
Well, I know, Ms. Jackson, you all have a lot going on at Columbus Tech. You're making some changes that's really going to be good for the community, students that will be coming into Columbus Tech. Just some information they need to know. Share that with us.
Okay, well, first of all, we are converting from quarters to semester effective this fiscal year 2012 that begins in July. And we'll have a little short session for 5 weeks, and then we'll go into our fall semester. And so we are encouraging everyone to get out and apply and get admitted early, because typically we start in September or the end of September or the 1st of October, but this time is August. So with Muskogee County Schools being out today, if the students are out there listening, hurry up, get out there, apply and get admitted and be ready for fall semester in August.
Okay, so when they change from the quarter system over to the semester, those that have already been enrolled in the program, then they won't lose anything. It's just going to be effective for the new people that's coming in.
Well, it will convert everybody, but we will have what we call a little path that walks them from the quarters to the semester, and we're already working with the students and advising them now of what they will need to do, and then the new ones coming in will go in directly under the semester system. Okay, and I know, of course, you're the CFO, and so you're always looking for money and ways to keep everything afloat. What should students be doing now in terms of looking for financial aid, or what is the process with that? Because a lot of our parents don't really understand how that works. Right. Well, we have the HOPE grant and the HOPE scholarship for the associate degree programs, and then we also have Pell, which is based on income, and so they can apply for that beginning in June for the upcoming fiscal year in July, and those that are currently already enrolled would need to go in and renew their financial aid. So if they can just get out there and apply through our FAFSA system and get approved, then they'll be ready when we... Okay, and the FAFSA, that's the thing, and it has to be completed in its entirety. Right. And there is a certification that you have to sign. There's a signature that's required that says this information is all true and correct. That's correct. And I think a lot of times some of our parents who might not have attended college don't quite understand what that process is. Right. Well, if they can get out there, and there will be certain documents that we will ask for to certify that the information is true, and we will get it, verified and have them ready if they'll just get started early. That's the key. Get started early. Yes. I had that conversation with another student from Carver. I think I told you about it. Yes. And she was saying that the counselor told her to wait. And I said, unless you have a trust fund or, some big benefactor somewhere, you really don't need to wait. You need to move forward. Yes, move forward, and it's best to have it waiting on you than you to be waiting on it. Absolutely. Now, a lot of parents don't understand about the HOPE.
The Hope is not an automatic. Once you get the Hope, there are certain educational requirements that you must have to continue on the Hope Scholarship. Share that with us.
Yeah, well, it's based on grade point average, and so we need to make sure we do that. We don't want them dropping and adding courses. They need to have courses within their major that would, be paid for by Hope. And we advise them on that when they come to the school, and we don't want them to get in a situation where they've been on financial aid probation or even suspended to where they'll have to pay for, the tuition for 1 quarter and then get back on it. So if they can just keep up with it, get the grades, get what they came there for, which is an education.
Absolutely.
And we're preparing them for the workforce, then they wouldn't have any interruption in the financial aid.
That's wonderful advice. I'm really concerned because I try to keep up with things, but I know that we have a new governor and we have some budget cuts. Of course, Columbus Tech, you all have gone to, 10-hour days prior to this.
Right.
So now you're looking for additional cuts.
Yes. The governor has announced that we will have a 2% cut for fiscal year 12. So that starts in July. And so once we know what the cut would be, then we make arrangements to get additional funding, possibly through grants, and we're always working on enrollment because that's revenue that's generated within the school and not funded from the state. And so the enrollment would also offset if we can continue to increase. And of course, we've had some nice increases, not big double digits, but we've had nice increases, ever since the economy has had this downturn.
I know it. I tell you, and it kind of affects everything. And of course, education is the key to everything. And so we need to make sure that we can push. And there are some advantages for students to go to the 2-year institutions.
Right.
And so just share that with us quickly.
Okay, well, we will be offering, for example, the Associate of Science degrees, which would include health sciences, it would include general studies, and it also would include the Associate of Science in biology. And that would give students who maybe have not even made a career choice to come and get an associate degree. And then we have articulation agreements or transfer credits into Columbus State. We just signed one with Georgia Southwestern and Americas. We have one with DeVire, with Troy State. And so we are able to transfer those credits into the university system or the Board of Regents schools, and so that would give them an opportunity to go ahead and be getting an education while they're making up their mind what they want to do.
And that's a very good thing, and sometimes we need them to get stable before they try to go to the big university system. And then it's more cost effective and it gives them a chance to be nurtured a little bit more.
Yes, and I will tell you, Columbus Tech is the best deal in terms of price and cost and what you pay. We've kept the prices down for what it would cost on a per quarter hour and now of course to be per semester hour. And the quality has not been sacrificed at all for it.
Well, we appreciate all that you do. That's just one of the things that you do in the community. And of course, I always enjoy coming out fellowshipping with you at Mount Commodore, AME, and you do a fabulous job there. And we certainly appreciate what you do for our students in the community.
Well, it's good to be here. It's an internal calling that we have, and we must let it out.
Oh, well, thank you so much.
Thank you. All right.
I'm Gloria Strode, sitting in for State Senator Ed Harbison. We'll be right back after word from some of our sponsors.
Hello, I'm Emmanuel Jones with my youngest sales assistant, Little Alexis, inviting you to come see us at the all-new Legacy Chevrolet Cadillac Saab of Columbus. Okay, it's time.
Go Legacy!
Get rebates up to $5,000 on new Chevy Silverados and rebates up to $8,500 on new Cadillac Escalades.
Come back to your legacy.
Go Legacy!
Legacy.
Welcome back to the Public Agenda. I'm Gloria Strode, sitting in for State Senator Ed Harbison, and I have my good friend Donna Sweat from Carver Elementary. That's a very long journey we've had.
That's right.
And welcome. Donna, you have done so much over the years, and of course I know what your true profession is. You work in the health industry, but you took up a new love. many years ago, and it has just taken you just to so many levels. Share with me what you're in the process of doing now.
Thank you. I started competing, Gloria, in 1998.
As a bodybuilder?
As a bodybuilder. I'm a lightweight competitor bodybuilder. My first competition was held at Fort Benning in 1998. I've been competing for 14 years. I did a national qualifier in Norfolk, Virginia, the year of 2010, last year, and I placed first in the lightweight division. And now that qualified me to go to the Junior USA Nationals in North Charleston, South Carolina.
And so you'll be competing with lightweight bodybuilders from all over.
Right, right.
Okay,
yes,
now how did you move from this? Because you've always been so very petite, so very high fashion, and you are really a contradiction to what people think bodybuilders look like. And that's my opinion.
Right.
Of course, you know I love you, so I'm prejudiced. But you started out as a runner, or what did you do that you just kind of fell into this?
Well, I think at the age of 18, I always been into fitness. I started jogging, and I jogged for like 14 years, and I was just ready for that next level. And I met my mentor, Linda Murray, 8 times Miss Olympia, and she gave me all my knowledge, and I started competing from there.
And so in addition to the fitness portion and the working out, there is a nutritional side.
Right.
And that's something that we all could use.
Exactly. It takes 12 steps before getting ready for showtime.
Okay.
And you want to know what competition, what show you will be going into. That's number 1. And number 2, you need to know a little knowledge. 99%, number 3, is nutrition.
Okay.
We go into the cardiovascular.
Okay.
We have different things as far as your water depletion and your whole workout change.
Right.
So it's very important that you go through these 12 steps before competition. We tan. Tan, yes, we get in the tanning bed.
But
for our skin tone.
Right, and see, that's the thing. A lot of people don't understand that African Americans, we do tan.
Right.
We can just be out in the sun, and they don't understand that we do get tans, you know. So that's interesting. You tan, and why do you tan? Is because you want your body to present a certain way?
We need our body even tone.
Okay.
On stage, Afro-American, we look ashy on stage. So we have to have that even color, that even tone. Then we practice our posing.
Okay.
So we have to go all these 12 steps just getting ready for competition. I thank God each and every day for giving me my strength to have gotten to this level.
So it's a lot of commitment. It's a lot of sacrifice, and it's something that you're doing on a daily basis.
This is true.
This is not something that, after you get through with the competition, you can just go back to your old habits and eat French fries and things like that. So your normal diet, what is your normal diet, whether you are in competition or not?
Okay, I stay on a high protein diet.
Okay.
And so that's eating a lot of chicken and fish, egg whites, vegetables. So I keep the body fat low in the off season. When I get ready for competition, I'm on my strict diet. And that's high protein. Bodybuilding is a thing you have, sports, I should say, you have to have it in the heart. You either bend or break.
Bend or break. Okay.
I'm very competitive. I enjoy bodybuilding. It's fun. I have a good time, but I also have goals. So you have to have the love and have it in your heart. I'm in the gym 5 to 6 days a week.
Wow.
And you know,
and how long are you in the gym?
For about an hour.
Oh, okay.
I work on each body part every day. We have different body parts that we train on. Your whole workout changes when you get ready for competition.
Okay.
Right.
And so you're in the gym 5 to 6 days a week for an hour.
Right.
And then you have a regiment that you go through because you're working on the various body parts.
As we speak now, I'm getting ready for competition. I will step out on stage on May 21st, like I said, in North Charleston, South Carolina. I'm on a 12 to 16 week diet.
Okay.
I'm eating 3 meals a day. I'm eating 3 meals every 3 hours. I'm eating a meal every 3 hours.
Oh, really?
Right. So I take in a 1,500 calorie diet.
Okay.
Getting ready for competition.
So what are you eating in the 1,500 calories That sounds so small because, you know, we're in the South. We like
Right.
fried chicken and we want to go to Royal Cafe and all of those places. So what are you eating every 3 hours?
My diet is consisted of like egg whites, chicken breasts, and in small portions.
Okay, small
portions every 3 hours. Okay, and then I have vegetables. My main dish for vegetables is broccoli.
Okay.
Yeah, and mostly egg whites. And
so every 3 hours, even at your place of work, which bodybuilding is your love, but you do have a profession. And so you are packaging this up as you go to work into your small portions. And so every 3 hours, you're just doing that.
And I have break times, lunch time.
Right.
And then when I get off from work, I'm in the gym and doing my training and back to work the next morning.
Is it a very expensive hobby?
The sports is very expensive. I think, but if you have a plan, and as you get older, I'm 54 years old, so it's like it's easy for me now.
Right.
Don't get me wrong. I've been doing it for so long, so it's, you have a plan.
Right.
It's about staying consistent and being focused.
Okay.
You get in that zone.
Right.
And after you have done this for so many years, you know, everything just falls into place. There are things that come up, but you still stay in that zone.
Okay, because it's commitment.
Right.
It is.
It's a part of life.
Well, I wish you the best. I know you're going to represent us well. I'm very excited, and you'll have to come back another time when the senator is here and bring all of your trophies and everything and have a visit with him.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Well, thank you so much. I'm Gloria Strode, sitting in for State Senator Ed Harbison. We'll be right back after word from some of our sponsors.
Progressive Funeral Home has stood as a beacon light for many families in Columbus, Phoenix City, and surrounding facilities since 1952 during the painful decision that must be made during the death of a loved one. Over 55 years now, you've come to rely on us, the staff of Progressive Funeral Home, for advice you and your families can trust, along with fair pricing and service you can depend on. Progressive, a funeral home designed to comfort the living, a special place to honor a loved one. So when you need a rise, you can call us at area code 706-685-8023 day or night.
As parents, we do whatever is necessary to ensure the health of our children. Sadly, most parents don't realize that their child's first eye exam with an eye doctor should be between the age of 6 and 12 months. I urge you to take your baby to an optometrist for a comprehensive eye assessment. It can literally change your child's vision of the future.
Infancy optometrists offer a no-charge eye assessment for infants 12 months old or younger. Call today to find an optometrist near you.
Welcome back to the final segment of the Public Agenda. I'm Gloria Strode, sitting in for State Senator Ed Harbison, and I have to welcome my pastor, the Reverend Jamie Capers of the Hosey Chapel CME Church. Welcome.
Thank you.
Pastor, I am so excited that you're here. I brag about you all over town. I tell people how sharp and how humble you are. Of course, you know, we had a great pastor before you joined us, but they sent another great man to take a great man's place. And so I'm just really thankful that they placed you at Hosey Chapel. You're coming to Columbus from Mississippi, and you're bringing your family. And I just want you to share with our viewers something about your prior to coming, where you came from when you came to Columbus.
Okay. Well, actually, came from I was in Alabama. Spent some time in Mississippi.
Okay.
That's actually where I started my ministry.
So your first church, or you first became a minister in Mississippi?
Right, in Mississippi.
Okay, let me get the story straight. See, that's how rumors get started. Okay. So you started into the ministry in Mississippi.
Right.
Okay.
From Mississippi, we got the opportunity to move to Fort Worth, Texas.
Wow.
Started out as a youth minister and then as an associate minister. And my pastor, who's at the time was Bishop Carter, and Bishop Carter had a relationship with Bishop Reddick in Alabama. And when he was elected as bishop, we moved to Alabama. I pastored in Alpine, Alabama, which is close to Talladega, and also in Gaston, Alabama at the St. John CME Church. And last July, we had the opportunity to come to the Great Hosley Chapel,
Yes.
CME Church here in Columbus. And let me just say, my time here in Columbus has been really wonderful. My family and I, we're very grateful for the lovely, wonderful people at Hosley Chapel for their making our transition a very smooth one and making it very easy to engage in ministry. And so again, I'm grateful to be here.
Well, see, that's a good thing that I didn't know, and now I understand why you are so engaged with the youth, which is a good thing because that's
Yes.
where we need to start.
Right.
With the young people. So you served as a youth minister, and
That is
so
correct.
you're a subject matter expert on how to reach out to them. And I think sometimes that's what happens. Of course, we grew up in the church. Our mother was an AME, our daddy was a CME, and we used to sit in the back of the church. My sister and my two cousins, and we sat in the back, as what kids do, and we ate candy and cookies and all of that. And of course, our grandfather was in the choir. He was a tall man, so he could see us in the back. But you know, as kids do. But we didn't have, we had the YPD and things like that, but not the type of outreach that I have seen you doing with our young people. So you're married. You have a wife and children. Tell us
Yes.
something about them.
Yes, I have a beautiful, lovely wife, Angela Capers, who's actually teacher at Reese Road Elementary.
Oh, very
And,
good school.
Yes, she's a very, very wonderful lady.
Yes,
Amen.
it's good to have a good wife. It makes a good husband, and it makes for a good family. And so you have children?
We have 3 children. My oldest one, she is actually in college at the University of Mississippi.
Wow.
And our 2 youngest ones, they are students at Blanchard Elementary, 4th and 3rd grade. They're actually, Zacchaeus actually turned 10 last week, and Genesis will turn 9 on tomorrow.
And all biblical names.
Yes.
Oh, how about that? Yeah, it's something in the name.
That's right.
It is something in the name. And so your daughter is a freshman?
Yes,
at-
Giovanna is a freshman at the University of Mississippi,
Wow.
which my wife and myself were both graduates.
Oh, so this is a family tradition.
Yes.
It's a family tradition at the University of Mississippi.
Yes.
Yeah, that's why I knew it was something about the Mississippi thing. So you actually finished college there.
Right.
And so you and your wife, is that where you met your wife when you were a college student, or
That
you knew
is
her
correct.
before?
That is correct. As a college student, I believe it might have been the end of my 2nd year in college, and we dated and stayed together, got married, and it's been 11 years.
Wow, how wonderful. That's a very good story. Because a lot of times, you know, when folks go to college, it's a different kind of life. They're not trying to settle down in many instances. They're out discovering the world. So it was good that you found her. Now, I know that you have other siblings, and I've bragged about your story. Very powerful testimony. You got to have a test in order to have a testimony. You have other siblings, and I remember in one of your sermons you talked about how, you know, God changed some things and actually put a certain people in your life to take you where you really need to go in life.
That is correct. And I just began at the age of 3. I was at the time that my biological father was actually in prison, and my mother was, she was kind of living her life, and my brothers and my sisters, 2 of my brothers and my sister, we ended up in foster care, and we stayed in about 2-3 foster homes. I stayed in the orphanage for a few years, and I was finally adopted at the age of 7. And it was actually my mother saw us on a television commercial where they featured my brothers and my sister and myself, and we were adopted. I was at the age of 7, lived in Sumter, South Carolina. And my mother, she already had 1 son. She was divorced, but yet she took all of us in and raised all of us. She was very strict, but strict in a very good way, and she led us in the right direction. So I'm very grateful for her, and I'm very grateful that God led us in that direction, because I don't believe I would be the person I am today because of her.
Well, I can say from what I have seen, and people that know me know, I call it the way I see it. But she did an awesome job. She is truly a woman to be respected and honored, because to reach out, and of course in my real life, I always tell people I'm a social worker by profession. So when you said that in your sermon, it really touched me to the depths of my soul to know that a woman that type of woman, strength, I mean, love, have enough love to reach out and take children and be able to guide them where they end up being a success like you. I mean, because what mother wouldn't want to say, stand up in church and say, this is my son. So I really look forward to meeting her. I mean, she's a great woman, and certainly you have a story that's worth writing about. If you have not met Charles Redd at DFACS, he's the deputy director, or Miss Mabry. They're both African American. She's the director. Those are people that you really need to meet because you would be awesome. You're the kind of person that needs to be on that board because you have lived that. And you are a success. That tells every child, and that's my thing. I try to look at it and say, you know, the road, it doesn't really matter how you get there as long as you get there. And your story is so powerful, and I just can't wait to meet your mother. She sounds like my kind of girl. I mean, she's somebody that I would want to know, someone I would like to sit on the porch with, because those of us that have worked at DFACS, which I have, we've seen some very sad things along the way. And so your story says that, you know, people can step up and do what's right and help people to reach their full potential. Right. But I know that you're going to go greater places. Eventually, one day you'll be the bishop, and I'll be this old lady sitting in the back. You know, I don't do a lot of all of the political church things. You already figured that out about me. But I do know that you're going to take Hosey Chapel to higher ground. You're very humble, you're very sincere, and, you know, I watch a lot. And you came to town, and you're accommodating, and you're not out there just trying to get your name in lights. It's about serving the people that you serve. Right. And I commend you, and I thank you for that, and I'm proud to call you my pastor. Yes, ma'am. Well, thank you so much. Yeah. And if I just say, you know, my story, my background is really the thing that drives me as a person and drives the ministry that God has imparted within me, because we have to be compassionate, and we have to be able to look beyond the faults of others. Yes. And we also have to understand and try to instill in individuals that it's not too late. You still have an opportunity. God still loves you, and God still has blessings for you. Absolutely. It's never over until He says it's over, and I thank you for that word, Pastor. That's a very powerful word. Now, we're located at God's Mighty Fortress on 8th Street. That is right. And what is our address? Right, 718 8th Street, Columbus, Georgia, 31901. All right, and we're inviting everyone that's viewing this to come out and share and listen to some of those powerful sermons that you present to us each Sunday. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for having me. I'm Gloria Strode, sitting in for State Senator Ed Harbison. Until next time, be blessed.